Hi there, my name's Ryan, and this is a quick demo to show the import of an asset from Blender into Unity, and we're going to change the color of it using some basic keystrokes. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to go and import a new asset, and the asset here, we're going to start with the blend model. This is actually not going to work for us. It's going to get all scrambled on the import, and I haven't figured out how to fix that yet. So we're going to show a workaround here, but ideally I would do the import from here. So I right-clicked here on assets. I did import new assets. I found the rig. Now that I've got the rig, I'm going to drag it up here into the top left corner, and you can see we've got a somewhat scrambled octopus that's here. I don't know how to fix that right now, so I'm going to unload that rig and delete it from here. And then we're going to try a workaround here, and we're going to do this. We're going to import a new asset, and we're going to take an OBJ file that we exported from Blender. So if you go into the Blender docs and you hit export, you can export an OBJ. This might not be the right way to do it, but this is the way I'm going to do it for the moment. And now we import the .obj, and I'm going to do the same sort of thing. I'm going to grab this octopus rig, drag it up into the top left, and you can see we've got a fairly coherent piece here. I don't know if the OBJ is going to break any of the animation that was in here before, but this will do for us right now. So we've got our asset in here. Now what do we want to do next? The next thing we want to do is we want to click on the rig, and we want to add a component here. We want to go down below, we want to add a new script here, and we're going to call this octopus color. And it's going to be a C# language, and we're going to create that. This code is going to drive how this rig behaves. And you can see here the C# script now exists. We can click on that and have a look at what's in it. And right now there's very little in it. This is just using these system collections in the Unity engine. The public class is declared. It's associated with octopus color, and when you hit play and it starts, it does this, which is nothing, and then every few milliseconds when it updates, it does all this stuff, which again is nothing. So if we go up here and we hit play, it will just happily sit there from whatever our camera angle is and do nothing. Well, we want it to do a little more than nothing. We want to change color on some keystrokes. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to go to this code, and this will be available on the GitHub. And the first thing we're going to do is we're going to grab these declarations of public variables, and we're going to paste them into the C code up here. And all this does is, we can ignore that on there. We're going to make this public variable called mesh renderer, and you'll see the box appear in the GUI here shortly. And then we simply declare 4 public materials called red, green, blue, and yellow. So let's save this, and let's go back up to here. And when we click on our octopus rig, now that we've added that code, and you can see on the right hand side over here, we now have color red, color green, color blue, and color yellow, and this mesh render thing that we've just discussed. So again, by adding these things in here in the code, they automatically appear here. Now they're not pegged to anything right now, and we've got to fix that. So let's do the colors first, because that'll be the easiest. If I click on materials and I right click on assets, I want to create a new material, and I'm just going to call it red. And I'm going to double click on red, and I'm going to change the color of red to red. And now I'm going to do the same thing for green, blue, and yellow. So again, create material, green, if I spelled it right, and I'm going to make green actually be green, and we're going to do one for blue, and make blue look blue. This one, let's make it a little bit metallic. So we can go up here and increase the metallicness. You can see down here it looks a little. And lastly, let's do create a yellow one material. Yellow. And click on that, and let's change this one to yellow. And there we are. So now we've got our 4 assets here, RG, red, green, blue, and yellow. You can name them whatever you want. Now remember up here we had our sort of untethered colors from the code. Let's simply drag the red up to the red, the yellow to yellow, the green the green. Again, we're effectively wiring up these materials, so you can do that if you wanted to, but we're not going to hardwire it there. And lastly, the blue over into the blue. So what this is now the code has the ability to call a color red, color green, color blue, or yellow, and it can map into whatever those materials are. The last thing we need to do is the hook for this octopus mesh render, which was in the code here. We want that to be the actual entire artifact. So I'm going to take the octopus rig, and I'm going to, actually I think it's the default thing within it, I'm going to drag it into here, and we should be good to go now. Now this code now should be able to pull the colors and push those colors into the color of this artifact when we play it. But we haven't told it how to do that yet. And how are we going to do that? Down in the code, there's some really simple C# code here. If the input for key is R, change the octopus mesh renderer, which is that what we mapped up here, which is also what we mapped over here, to default. We want that mesh renderer to be that color. And similar for the other one. So, sorry about that. So yeah, we got to add in our keystrokes here. So this is my notepad over here. I'm going to go copy it from this. And again, we're just going to take 4 keystrokes and drop them in here. And if I get an R, I go red. If I got a G, I go green. If I get a B, I go blue. And if I get Y, I get yellow. So let's save this. And let's cross our fingers and see if it works. When we hit play, we'll need to fiddle with the camera angle here, but let's see if it works for us. Unassigned reference. I might have closed down the wrong. Let's see. Let's see if I can troubleshoot this before the end of the video. Here. Oh, there we go. It was working. R, G, B, and Y for yellow. So there we go. That's a basic R, G, Y. So once we get this done, we can start to interact with voice. But this is the basic way to get you started by changing the color of the octopus. You can fiddle around with the camera angle and whatnot. So I'm going to sign off for now. Hope this video was useful.